It's just a mess. And there's shit everywhere. It's just a mess out here.
Where is the poorest, dirtiest, most depressing slum in the world? In Haiti? India? Africa? Is that what this is?
No, I'm in America. One of the richest parts of America, highest rents in all of America. This is San Francisco today. Encampments of street people everywhere.
Some pitch tents, planning to stay a long time. Some have mental problems.
Vampires are real and I'm paranoid as all hell.
Other street people complain about them.
They run around and they shout at themselves. They make it bad for people like us that hang out with a sign.
Hey, bitch, stick that camera up your head.
Some people shoot up in plain sight.
It's nasty seeing somebody actually shoot up drugs like right there. The police don't do anything about it. They'll get somebody for drinking a beer, but they'll walk right past people using needles.
Every day in San Francisco, an average of 85 cars are broken into.
They're called smash and grabs.
Inside Edition left things in a car to test how long they'd last. Not long.
Watch as these Bonnie and Clyde wannabes stroll up and peer inside our car. They wait here for the sidewalk to clear. Then the thief throws up his hood.
Of the Homeless Fraud and Corruption Task Force to get to the bottom of where billions of California tax dollars intended to solve homelessness ended up. California has spent more than $24 billion over the last 5 years with little to no progress in solving our homelessness epidemic.
Can't get through that way. They got the entire sidewalk blocked off here.
I'm sorry, but like if you have an issue with them cleaning up the homelessness, like I don't know what to tell you. Because like you're part of the problem. Maybe you should go live with them because like I'm sick of going outside of my house every single day and being met with the most depraved, like disgusting things I've ever seen in my entire life. On a daily basis. I mean, just the other day, or not the other day, I don't know when, but like back when kids were in school, I'm leaving my house to go to work, and what do I see? A homeless man sprawled out on the middle of the sidewalk. His butt is out, he has no shirt on, and kids have to see that on their way to school. I'm sick of it. Like, I'm sorry, I'm sick of it. And like, y'all, your boy, Gavin Newsom, like, this is his fault. He's been governor for God knows how long, and he hasn't done anything. And it took Trump to get into the White House to do something about it. And now they're finally moving things. But it's like human crap. The amount of human feces I see is ridiculous.
California state officials failed to provide meaningful oversight over the individuals who received most of these funds, and they had little to no answers to the public's demand for accountability. Well, that accountability starts today. Today we are announcing significant developments into our investigation. We're making public 2 criminal cases relating to 2 separate real estate developers who were involved in misappropriating millions of state funds intended to combat homelessness. This morning, federal agents arrested Cody Holmes, a 31-year-old Beverly Hills resident and the former CFO of Shangri-La Industries, a downtown LA-based developer of affordable housing, for defrauding the Home Key program that is administered by the state of California.
In the last 3 days, there have been 3 shootings, all victims African-American males. In this city, do we get protection? As an African-American male myself, it scares me. I have fear around what's going on and what's going to happen in this city. And the question is, who shot them? The same people that are on the streets that can do whatever they want with lawlessness don't get arrested. Even when they do get arrested and go to court, the judges do not prosecute. And we have a city that's suffering every day. How could anyone that live in this neighborhood ever want to come outside at all? And the whole neighborhood is fearful. This has to change. It has to stop now.
It's just a mess. There's everywhere. It's just a mess out here.
Where is the poorest, dirtiest, most depressing slum in the world? In Haiti? India? Africa? Is that what this is?
No, I'm in America, one of the richest parts of America, highest rents in all of America. This is San Francisco today. Encampments of street people everywhere.
Some pitch tents, planning to stay a long time. Some have mental problems.
Vampires are real and I'm paranoid as all hell.
Other street people complain about them.
They run around and they shout at themselves. They make it bad for people like us that hang out with a sign.
Hey, bitch, stick that camera up your ass.
Some people shoot up in plain sight.
It's nasty seeing somebody actually shoot up drugs like right there. The police don't do anything about it. They'll get somebody for drinking a beer, but they'll walk right past people using needles.
Every day in San Francisco, an average of 85 cars are broken into.
They're called smash and grabs.
Inside Edition left things in a car to test how long they'd last. Not long.
Watch as these Bonnie and Clyde wannabes stroll up and peer inside our car. They wait here for the sidewalk to clear. Then the thief throws up his hood.
There he goes, you just broke in.
What's going on?
Hey guys.
Good, everything good today?
Good, yeah.
Since store owners can't rely on city cops to deal with the masses of homeless, some hire private police to patrol around their stores. Cody Clements works this neighborhood.
A lot of times because somebody who pays for our service calls and says, hey, there's a homeless group of people setting up a camp in front of my business or my residence. Can you come ask them to move?
There used to be hundreds of private cops like Cody, but then San Francisco's police union complained. Now there are fewer than 10 left.
Can I just have you guys stand up for me?
Cody offers help to people living on the streets, but most turn it down.
Well, do you need any type of homeless outreach services or anything?
San Francisco is generous. It offers street people food stamps, free shelter, train tickets, and $70 a month in cash.
I don't use any resources, but they're always offering resources. San Francisco is just a good place to hang out.
Like many, these two come here from out of town.
Do you like the lifestyle?
Of course I do.
As you just heard, they love the freedom of not having to follow the rules.
So the homeless stay on the streets, and every day new people arrive. Some residents want the city to get tougher with people living on the streets.
Get them to the point where they have to make a decision between jail and rehab, and there's a way we can do that. Other cities do it, but for some reason San Francisco doesn't have the political will to.
San Francisco's politicians have promised to fix the homeless problem. They've promised that for decades.
If there is a problem involved in housing or homelessness, you got to do something about it.
As part of the city's program, the homeless were to be temporarily housed in hotels.
1,000 units right here in the Tenderloin.
We have already moved 6,860 human beings.
So we need to fund programs like Homeward Bound.
But the extra funding hasn't worked. The number of street people has grown most every year.
Meanwhile, in our community development programs, there's resources there in our family resource centers, but we also are going to have a reinstitution of the Angelino card, something that Mayor Garcetti started during COVID, that will actually provide cash assistance to people. Because, you know, you have people who don't want to leave their homes, who are not going to work, and they are in need of cash. You know, I have met with family members who they needed 2 incomes in order to make the rent. Well, 1 income was lost in a raid when someone was detained, and this woman with her children now is concerned that she might face being evicted and being homeless. And so it's that type of emergency assistance, and we're fortunate that there's a lot of philanthropic partners who have contributed, and many more I hope that will join in and contribute.
One reason is that even if some of these people wanted to get off the street, to rent an apartment, there aren't many apartments available.
Most of San Francisco looks like this. 3-story buildings, maybe 2 apartments per building. You can't add on to that. It's illegal.
Because of that, housing that exists costs a fortune. This doesn't look like an expensive neighborhood, but these houses sell for millions of dollars?
Millions of dollars.
What if I come in and I bought this property and I want to put up an apartment building that would house a bunch of people?
Yeah, too bad.
Laura Foote's nonprofit runs ads that try to convince residents to allow bigger buildings, to say, YIMBY, yes, in my backyard. But good luck with that. Even in liberal San Francisco, people don't want that.
I would hate it. I would hate it. I think it'd be really congested.
Where will people live?
I'm not sure.
You're a builder, go build stuff.
Let me build.
John Dennis has been trying to replace this grimy old building.
This has been a defunct meatpacking plant. It's been empty for at least 15 years.
He wants to turn this into this, which would house 60 people. But it's taken 4 years just to get permission to build.
And all that time, we're paying property taxes and we're paying for maintenance of the building.
People in San Francisco often claim to be all about helping the poor, but their policies make life tougher for the poor. What's your next project in San Francisco?
No more projects in San Francisco. I'm done. I'll never do another project here.
The program awarded grant money, which included federal tax dollars, for specific projects to convert motels into housing for the homeless and to operate the units. By April of 2022, Shangri-La Industries, where Holmes was the CFO, had co-applied with multiple California cities to convert numerous properties in California, including a location in Thousand Oaks. The state asked for proof that the company had the financial capacity to build all the projects. In response, Holmes and Shangri-La knowingly submitted fake bank statements which claimed to show that the developer had about $160 million on deposit. Not only were the bank statements fake, our investigation shows that Shangri-La and its affiliates had nowhere near the amount of money they claimed they had in the fake bank statements. The state agency ultimately paid nearly $26 million directly to the developer for the Thousand Oaks project. Even though the developer received all the money from the state, the developer did not complete the construction of the Thousand Oaks project. Instead, our investigation has showed that at least $2.2 million was diverted to pay Mr. Holmes' American Express bill, which includes purchases at luxury retailers. Essentially, he stole the money.
Boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Here is the video released by the Los Angeles Police Department. They accuse 3 people. They're calling them a ring, saying that they have done more than 25 crimes. They accuse them of 16 burglaries, 7 grand theft autos, felony evading, criminal threats. There are 2 men and a woman here involved in this case. The LAPD says just from all of that activity was just between January and March of this year. This is all again in the North Hollywood division. You see some of these caught on camera here. They were able to take 2 of the suspects, all 3 of the suspects into custody. All 3 apparently are unhoused and were committing these crimes, according to the LAPD, to support their drug use. They say that the first one was taken at Chandler Boulevard and Colfax Avenue. The other one was taken in by the Violent Crimes Task Force.
In a separate case, a federal grand jury on Wednesday returned a 9-count superseding indictment against Stephen Taylor, a 44-year-old Brentwood real estate agent or developer, charging him with defrauding lenders.
2 real estate executives are accused of stealing money from California's Home Key program, which is intended to fund housing for the homeless. Federal prosecutors announced the case today. Fox 11's Nick Garcia is live in West LA, Cheviot Hills, with what we know. Nick.
Right, Christine. Well, this is one of those buildings in question. The previous owner bought and then sold it for a $16 million profit. He's accused now of defrauding the government, specifically the state's Home Key program. Now, that program is meant to use state funding to convert old motels or buildings like this. This was a senior home and turn it into homeless housing. Acting U.S. Attorney Bill Asalia announced federal charges against 2 L.A. area men, accusing them of misappropriating state money intended to help address homelessness.
In December of 2023, Taylor misleadingly told a lender he intended to renovate and use a property in the affluent community of Cheviot Hills for himself. In truth, Taylor had already contracted to sell the property which he acquired for only $11 million fraudulently, to Weingart, a homeless housing developer that purchased the property for a whopping $27 million in a transaction that was hidden from the victim lender and others. That money used to purchase the property was purchased with City of LA and the Home Key Fund money.
Meanwhile, the debt keeps coming. It doesn't stop. Yes, we get some reprieve, but we're on the hook for it. If you're thinking about 218, please don't.
Apart from the risk of their water being turned off, the most frustrating part for most residents is that this debt to the Kern County Water Agency accrued through no fault of their own.
World stopped paying its loan subsidy agreement that was ordered by the bankruptcy court and that it undertook when it bought the development project out of bankruptcy. That's what has resulted in some of these dramatic, difficult damages.
So the residents want to know.
For the customers who have paid their debts and they have abided by the rules, and for the mismanagement of the water district at that time who mismanaged the money, for us to be held liable for their mistake by us being red tagged. How is that legal? That's what I'm really struggling with mentally right now.
About 600 homeowners in Diablo Grande have 1 month to protest a rate hike that would bring their water bills up to about $600 a month. The rate increase would be through Proposition 218, a California mandate where local governments can impose taxes or fees, but they need a majority voter approval. If the residents do not approve the rate increase, then Kern County Water Agency shuts off their water on July 1st.
Boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no way.
Then it becomes a health and safety issue if there's no running water to the homes. The County Office of Emergency Services will come in and red tag all 600 homes, forcing the residents to move out. Apart from the risk of their water being turned off, the most frustrating part for most residents is that this debt to the Kern County Water Agency accrued through no fault of their own.
Oh, hell no! World stopped paying its loan subsidy agreement that was ordered by the bankruptcy court and that it undertook when it bought the development project out of bankruptcy. That's what has resulted in some of these dramatic, difficult damages.
The Water District has had meetings with local lawmakers and even the governor's office requesting emergency funding, but they say they've been told since the problem is strictly financial and not an infrastructure issue, there's no OES money the community qualifies for.
Meanwhile,
I'm in downtown LA, Skid Row, and I want to point out a few things that's gone on here in the past few years. In 2023, Gavin Newsom set aside $750 million to build tiny homes for people just like this that are surrounding by me. Somehow that money's gone. In 2019, they set aside $24 billion to go towards the homeless. Somehow that money's gone. It's unaccounted for. I want to talk about a few politicians from here. One is Nancy Pelosi. She's been serving these people since 2007. Her net worth is over $120 million. Another person here, Maxine Waters, she's been serving the people here in California since 1990. Her net worth is over $10 million. And Gavin Newsom, who knows what his net worth is, but we know he is building a $9 million home in San Francisco, California. Their leaders, the leaders of California, they failed these people here in Los Angeles and in California. California has actually been one of the highest states in America that people have fled from. Over 66 million people have left California in the last few years, and yet Gavin Newsom, he's out there holding a podcast when he should be working on his state. He might be making a run for it in 2028, and I hope people remember this that's behind me.
The investigations that led to the Holmes arrest and Taylor indictment are just the beginning. We will continue to go where the evidence takes us. I stress that these charges in the complaint and the indictment are allegations, and they must be proven beyond a reasonable doubt in a court of law. We are tracking billions of dollars of public money coming into our 7-county district that is intended to be going to address homelessness. Too often, this money has been wasted, mismanaged, or outright stolen. We are focused on the organizations and entities that are the recipients of these funds, and we will be seeking charges against anyone who steals this money or misrepresents how it's being used. This also includes public officials who may have enriched themselves at taxpayers' expenses, contributing to the fraud that we're seeing. We're looking at everyone. If you steal money or allow it to be stolen, we will find you and we will prosecute you. If anyone in the public has information concerning the misuse of homelessness funds, we encourage you to report it to tips.fbi.gov. I want to thank our law enforcement partners, including the FBI and the IRS, who you will hear from shortly.
Crying harder, crying harder. Trump is your president. Crying harder, crying harder. Trump is your president.
On the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist!" exclamation point, "Catch!" exclamation point.
Do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do.
No one has ever been more dangerous to this country than Donald Trump, and he is a fascist to his core.
And shut down the city! We are at war!
We're in a war right now.
We are at war.
So you have to be willing to do whatever is necessary in order to save the country.
And that's why the gloves are off.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.
And yes, there are many threats to democracy. We see it with these extreme candidates.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
But you can only push people so far. And then they start to take matters into their own hands.
What the American public want is for us to bring actual weapons to this bar fight. This is an actual fight.
You know, this is literally call to arms.
The MAGA movement is a threat.
But Michelle says that, when they go low, we go high.
No. With all due respect, if they go low, we don't go high.
When they go low, we kick them.
We take them to the mud and choke them out.
And make sure that they stay down. And you know what? Kick them when they're down, because they deserve it.
Get up in the face of some Congress people.
We are going to be in your face. We are going to be on your...
We have to fight this in the streets.
We're going to fight it in the streets. It's time to step out of your comfort zone and step out into the streets.
To our Republican colleagues, if you do not see the light, we will bring the fire. Resist!
You and your little friend off of Twitter. Y'all about to find out.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
He's not going to have a third term. He may not finish this term.
Yes, the last few days you woke up thinking there might be news. Just saying. Just saying. There will be news sometime. Just so you know, there will be news.
I want to be remembered for courage for my faith. That would be the most important thing. Most important thing is my faith in my life.
But if you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.